Yo, what's the deal, world? As I always say, you never know when the Misfits are going to drop, and when they do, it's like your favorite artist dropping a surprise album. But we are here for you today, this Monday night. Just imagine, in a couple weeks, this Monday night is going to be Monday Night Football, so we're getting that much closer. But we got some business to handle. Of course, I am the one and only Mykell Mathieu with my guy Elam. What's up, Elam?
Hey man, it's only 2 more Mondays without football, today and next week. Now, next week, if you ain't drafted your fantasy team, you need to holler at your commissioner because that should be the deadline. I can
Yeah,
understand waiting until cut down days, but you know, what's that? Labor Day, Monday, whatever
yeah,
holiday that is on Monday, you need to
Labor
have
Day.
your fantasy roster set. But this is the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. I'm your guy Elam, and you were tuned into the tightest tag team tandem this side of the galaxy. We got a lot in store. I got a little bit of hatred for saying Tommy Frazier was the quarterback that should have been included on the all NCAA All Pro team, but those of you who agree, y'all know ball. Everybody else do some homework. But Kels, what we got lined up for today?
Hey man, we got some stuff to talk about. It's Kobe weekend. His birthday on the 23rd. Yesterday the 24th. So shout out to the legend. We're going to be talking about that. Then we got to talk this top 25 list by CBS. So that's going to be very interesting. Preseason is done. Rams, Chargers. We're going to give you our predictions of how well we believe these teams are going to play. The Sparks are going to be returning soon. Lee Corso's final game. Like, it's so much to talk about. I'm excited about tonight's episode. So if you staying up with us and tapping in for late nights with the Misfits, you are going to have the time of your life. Elam, I think you got to back up a little bit. But let's get to it. It was Kobe
Well,
Day
hold
yesterday.
on. I got to give a shout out to my guy Ethan Mathis in the chat. He
Okay.
said that the Rams cut Pooh Paul. Listen, as somebody who's got their finger on the pulse, I haven't heard that yet. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
me
not heard.
neither.
Cannot confirm that the Rams have cut Pooh Paul. Not only can I not confirm that, I haven't even heard that. So, and I got some
Ear to
pretty
the
good
streets.
information in terms of the team. So, as of right now, as of today, Chris Paul Jr. is still around. But we'll see. We'll see how everything shakes out tomorrow. I know a lot of Rams fans. Listen, I tried to tell everybody this linebacker room was going to be something to watch. It's a
Yeah.
special group. It's a special group. I think Chris Paul Jr. sticks. I honestly do.
So hey, stay with us, Ram fans, Charger fans.
Let's Chris
Uh
Paul second.
yeah, Chris Paul Jr. So stay with us. I didn't know that CP3 had a son that old, but we'll talk about it. But yeah, man. So Kobe Day was celebrated yesterday. I just love the fact that the Mamba team, Vanessa Bryant, and Nike and everyone just continues to keep this legacy going. They had the tournaments up there outside of the crypto.com arena at LA Live, which is always really dope. So it's just a great experience, man. If you live in LA, it's a treat because it's damn near like a added holiday. It's a holiday weekend pretty much because everybody's posting. People are at events. You walk in the streets, everybody got their Kobe Bryant gear on. Like, it's a great thing for the city. And we do it to honor one of our legends that, a lot of us who are 30 plus feel like we grew up with being. So shout out to, the late great legend. Shout out to Gigi and all those that were lost. But it's just a hell of a weekend, man. I really love the love that they show to being. What was your thoughts on this weekend, E?
Uh, so yesterday I went to the Hollywood Bowl to peep, John Williams, who is a Star Wars aficionado or the
Yeah.
composer for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. But I didn't know he did the soundtrack for Dear Basketball. And to see John Williams's passion for just being, man, it really hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. I was like, dang, this message, like, it's really beautiful. I like seeing it, and I know it won an Academy Award, but shout out to producer Ben. He said Harry Potter. To know his relationship with Bean, man, it really meant a lot to me, because I really hold John Williams in high esteem. And that wasn't a place that I thought Kobe was going to be mentioned. Kobe really had his finger on the pulse of the city, and it didn't matter if you are in from Watts to Westwood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From downtown to, I'm trying to think of a part of the city, to Downey. You know what I'm saying? Like Bean was that dude. You know what I'm saying? He was loved by all in this city. And I think he really represented the city well. Yeah. And I say this time and time again, LA really is a blue collar city. Don't get it twisted in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. There are more people who live paycheck to paycheck who have to like scratch and claw and you know, figure of speech, rob Peter to pay Paul. But Kobe really embodied that. He gave every ounce of his heart, his nerve, his sinew to the game of basketball. And that's all I think this city really wants from its stars, is to like really like win or lose.
Give us your heart out there.
Just give us your all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so being able to watch Kobe shoot us out of a playoff series to winning 5 championships. That's I mean, it's not the greatest story ever told, but it's one of my favorite stories.
It's an amazing story, because a lot of people more today, especially if you're online, they don't really know the journey, how it was. Like, they weren't a part of it, you know, like us and others. Seeing him drafted at 17, like a lot of people don't realize Kobe was the first wing to be drafted out of high school. Like, back then, that was taboo. It was like, if you're not a 7-footer and can play kind of big, like, it's no way in hell you can move over to the NBA and play with these grown men, because the league was much older back then. And for him to do that jump and then be that young stud that can actually put in the work and play great, like, it really started him off with a story that you had to tap into. And then, of course, he had his ups, he had his downs, and all of that was made the journey special. You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know, with his passing, with the Mamba mentality being what it is, and so many people embracing that, like, I know the city of LA loves him to death, but he's almost coming like Captain America. You know what I'm saying? When you think about Kobe Bryant, because of the greatness, because of the hard work, and not only just what he did on the floor, what he did off the floor. How many great speeches are they out there where you could take quotes from him and post that you can put on your fridge, on your, you know, vision board or whatever, that he has kind of been a voice to just pushing through and getting the best out of yourself, which a lot of people in this country are trying to do. They're trying to chase that American dream. You got to get everything out of yourself. So putting your work boots on, putting on your chin strap, and getting hard hat, and getting out there and get after it. So I think that he's truly becoming that. And for people who are like, how are you gonna be Captain American white? Nah, there's a black Captain America now, baby. If you ain't tapped in. But yeah, like, I just think that he's becoming somebody, like, his story continues to grow and grow, and it's bigger than just what he was for the game of basketball. It's just that mentality that he has implanted into everyone, kind of how we see it in here in LA, with not only that, but with the marathon, with Nipsey and stuff like that. I think that Kobe is becoming that for all sports, because you see so many sports figures are mentioning, Kobe. Kobe is one of the guys that they look up to, and he may not even play their sport.
He is the guy.
No, yeah, facts. Like, you know, Jordan, of course, is Jordan because of the shoes and everything, and Brady is Brady, and Bron is Bron, and all these guys. But Kobe was a guy that really got everything out of himself and you know about the injuries he played through. Like he's become like that Captain American guy, the little scrawny guy who becomes big and becomes a superhero. Like that's what Kobe has become, especially after, his tragic passing.
So I gotta ask you, man.
Okay.
There are a litany of Kobe quotes, right? If
Yeah.
you had to pick your favorite Kobe quote, which one is it?
Oh, mine's is so I was at the memorial there inside of the Staples.
Staples.
Yeah, so it was when Shaq said, "Hey, is there a?" He said, hey man, the guys want me to talk to you, and they complaining, they saying you not passing the ball. It's no I in team. What did he say? He said no
He said,
I
but
in
it's a
team.
me and that mother.
But it's a me in that. Yeah, that was it right there. Like that's one of my favorite quotes because it was Kobe. Kobe was like, "Hey, I'm going to do it if you don't do it," and you had to respect that because sometimes you really do gotta like, all right, all of y'all ain't putting y'all work in. I'm gonna put it in, put that work in, whether it's playing a sport, whether it's teaching in the classroom, whether it's doing a show like this. Like sometimes you just gotta say, I'm gonna put in the work and make it happen. So that quote right there, now, it was funny, but it was also very real. So that was one of my favorites
I
of
gotta
him, along
piggyback
with
off
some
of
others.
that, man. I gotta piggyback off of that because again, his work ethic was unmatched. His relentlessness, I think, is what made him better. I think he was more relentless than Mike. I don't think has been another athlete who has been more relentless than Kobe Bean Bryant. My absolute favorite Kobe quote came from his commercial when he was talking to Kanye. He said, "Are you a different animal, but
Yeah.
the same beast?" And I
What you
was
talking
like,
about?
I thought that was so profound. And everybody was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I think it absolutely does. Are you a beast? You know what I'm saying? Like at
Yeah.
the core, are you a beast? And are you so much of a beast to where you can evolve and become, a mythical creature? You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
la Kobe
Right.
Bean. Can you become a
Mm-hmm.
unicorn? Can you become a centaur? Can you like the core, the essence of what makes you, the material that makes you is that beast. But
Yep.
in order to become and transform into a different animal, that takes that relentlessness, that takes that drive and that work ethic, man. So I know Kanye was like, that doesn't make any sense. And so to the rest of the world, I'm gonna take another page out of Kobe Bryant and say, you're welcome.
No, yeah, like he has a lot of. I post one today on TikTok. Go after your dreams. I never compromised that. I never allow anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. I never let anybody tell me I can't do. So a lot of people just go off of his quotes and things like that, and see his work ethic as a player to where it's building people's like regimen for life. It's like I need to lock in with Mamba and his quotes and what he lives for and really attack for things. But we know when it comes to Bean, just like his career, there's a lot of good things, but there's a lot of hatred that is dealt with. And I don't know if you saw it, Elam, but I was very disappointed. I had to get on X and be like, come on, y'all. Like, now y'all clearly are just being blasphemous and just trying to do things to maybe get clickbait, material, and or
Rage
just to
bait.
get the
It's not
people
even clickbait
going,
anymore. It's rage bait.
rage bait. But they got this list, man, this top 25 list of the 21st century players. And I couldn't believe where they had Mamba placed, but I'm gonna give you the 25 names that was mentioned. Number one, LeBron James. I start from 25. 25, Russell Westbrook. 24, Shea Gilgeous. 23, Jason Tatum. 22, Dame. T-Mac. 21, Allen Iverson. 20, 19, Anthony Davis. 18, Dwight. 17, Jason Kidd. 16, Luka. James Harden. 15, Steve Nash. 14, 13, Kawhi. 12, Chris Paul. D-Wade 11. Then we get to the Big 10, the top 10. Dirk at 10, KG at 9, KD at 8, Giannis at 7, Kobe Bean Bryant number 6, Number 5, Shaq. Number 4, Nikola Jokic. Number 3, Tim Duncan. Number 2, Steph Curry. Number 1, LeBron James. Your face tells it all. This is exactly how I felt. I saw it. I had to really look
Wait,
twice.
hold on. And the dude is the greatest power forward of all time. They put Tim Duncan at 3 and Bean at 6.
3. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it, Elam. I almost fell out of my seat when I first read this.
That's why I said it's rage bait, man. Because there's absolutely no way you can say there's absolutely no way you can look at the turn of the 21st century and say Tim Duncan was a better player than Kobe Bryant.
Man.
No way. No way. And Nikola Jokic at 4. Listen, I'm not gonna even. It's widely reported. Like, people really think I hate this dude. I really don't hate LeBron James, but there is absolutely. I don't want to get.
There's an argument.
I don't want to get into it with the Church of Bron because they aren't they're not steeped in reality.
But they're not logical.
To say that Steph Curry is a better player than Kobe Bryant, is it the Braves, man?
No, and producer Ben is in the chat, and he says Steph did more for the game itself than Kobe did. I can kind of argue because, like I said earlier, Kobe was the first. He broke that open for wings to be drafted out of high school, which led to the LeBrons and, the guys like that. That Mamba mentality is still something big. And then this list is not about who's the most impactful to when it comes to changing the game.
Producer Ben is smoking crack, bro. He said Tim had a better overall impact and consistency than Kobe too.
His team did, not Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan averaged 15 points in his last championship ring season. So he just had a great system, great team around him. But it's no way. You could attack Duncan, which I love. I'm gonna attack Steph Curry. There's no way in hell a guy should be this high in anybody's list when you are subbed out of games late because you're a defensive liability. Nobody that you can put in any type of top 3 GOAT conversation should be ever subbed out when the games matters most. That's why you can look at Shaq and be a little shaky about him, because it's like, hey, they just doing this hack a Shaq. We got to get him out the game. If not, he might shoot us out of it. So it's the same with Steph. If you can't be on the floor to guard guys late in the game, how can I ever say that you are better than a guy like Kobe Bryant, who has 12 all NBA or 12 all defensive teams, 9 of them being first team? Like, I just think that it's ridiculous, man. I just think that it's clearly rage bait.
Listen, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Out of this top 25, everybody, right? Yeah. Name me the top 5 defenders on that roster.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Tim Duncan, Giannis, KG, and then I'll probably go. If we need wings, I'm gonna go Kawhi and Bean. Like Dwight Howard and AD will be those 6 or 7, but those are bigs. But when it comes to wings, it's Kobe and Kawhi. Those are the guys who are going to defend you.
Okay, so that's defensive. You already have them, you know what I'm saying, top 5 on defense. If you need a bucket.
Oh, yeah, it's Kobe. Kobe is top. He's going to be top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and not a lot of guys.
I don't understand the stratification and how we're parsing these things, right? Because offensively, I can't think outside of, I say, the Olympics and that Celtics, that run against the Celtics, where Steph really had like a seminal offensive moment. LeBron, I can't think of one where it was like the title is on the line, a championship moment. His championship moment came on a defensive end, on a chase down block, and Kyrie Irving had to, you know what I'm saying, like solidify the ring.
Hey, and the Church of LeBron get mad at me every time, but I feel, call me a hater if you want to. world, but I always say I feel that LeBron block is one of the most overrated plays
Yeah,
in
because he
sport.
goaltended. He goaltended.
No, it wasn't the fact that he goaltended. It's just that even if they make the bucket, there was still like a minute 30 left in the game. Like you could still come by and get a bucket to win the game. And I know buckets were kind of getting hard to come by late in that game, but yet and still you would have had to go get one to make it happen. So whether you blocked that shot or not, it didn't dictate the win or loss like the Kyrie knockdown make, which was like, you made this shot now on one stop, you win the championship. So I see what you're saying with that moment, but when it comes to a list like this, I can argue. I can see the argument of having LeBron. You know, he has these longevity stats. Kobe was hurt late, so it kind of affected him and his numbers and things like that. So I can understand. But any of these other guys, like Jokic got one championship.
So
yes, he has three. What?
You
You got
me
it.
from 2001. 2001.
2000.
2000. So from 2000 to 2025, are you telling me LeBron Raymond James has had a better career?
There can be an argument made for
No.
people who look at longevity stats.
I'm not looking at longevity. I hate that longevity argument.
They look at the MVPs, you know.
Listen,
so
we already know why Bean doesn't have more
no,
MVPs,
of course.
right?
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit up here and cast aspersions on the deceased. We talking rings. At least I'm talking rings. That's what I'm focused on. When I'm talking
it's about winning.
When I have the GOAT conversation, it's a very nuanced thing because people are like, oh, well, Bill Russell should be the GOAT. Listen, I'm talking about dominance while winning.
Yeah.
I dare you to find another player. There's only one other player with 5 rings on that list, and that's Tim Duncan. Duncan wasn't the most dominant on all of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue that without Kobe, Shaq don't get none. He don't get any.
Yeah, he might get one like Giannis. You know what I'm saying? What Giannis is doing.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, man. It's like this whole anti-Kobe, rhetoric that's starting to arise, man. It's bad, man.
Hey, I saw a video on TikTok, a guy like, all right, let me watch this Kobe video. And let me see what y'all talking about with his bag. And he was really sitting there like he was unimpressed by the moves he was seeing. I'm watching it like, whoa, that's so tough. And he like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, it's like they're just trying to build this because he's a guy that honestly LeBron didn't win until Kobe was done winning. But look at this, E. You got producer Ben. He's saying that LeBron has had an objectively better career. Kobe wouldn't win that last ring without the NBA giving him Pau Gasol. Kobe doesn't get his early rings without Shaq either. They needed each other. They needed each other to win. How many rings does Shaq have before Kobe? 0. He came in the league dominating. He had Penny Hardaway for multiple years. He had a young Kobe who wasn't ready yet for multiple years with Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, and didn't win. It wasn't until Kobe became damn near equal to where it's like now we can win championships. And then
how many rings did Shaq win without Kobe?
1. How many did
Kobe win without Shaq?
2.
Oh, okay. And then he said the NBA Kobe wouldn't have won that last ring without Pau Gasol. Let's look at what the NBA took from Kobe.
Facts.
Let's look at what the NBA took from Kobe.
He should have 6
in place. There was a trade in place to land a Chris Paul that David Stern was like, nah, we got to try to keep a little competitive balance. It's not in the best interest of the league. Like, producer Ben, you don't know ball, man.
Hey Ben, yeah, you are. He talking about that Laker team sucked before. No, they didn't. When they had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Shaq, Eldon Campbell, young
Miller.
Kobe, like that team was a talented team. It's just they needed a wing player to help lift Shaq to that next level. Yeah. Kobe became that. They won 3 straight. Then he went and played in 3 straight finals without Shaq. So I don't get it, man. But do we like the 25? Like, is there a player missing from that 25?
I didn't hear. Did you say Kyrie?
Nah, no Kyrie. Kyrie didn't make it.
You tripping?
Who you gonna take off though? You got Russ, you got Shea, you got Tatum, Lillard, T-Mac, AI, AD. Like, you're not taking any of those guys off. Like, I love Kyrie, hell of a player, one of the most gifted guys to play when it comes to skill level and having a bag. But
I can make an argument for the last two on that list, 24 and 25.
Shea is an MVP, and he just led a team to a championship. And then Russ, the Mr. Triple-Double guy.
Skills, if skills sold, truth be told, I'll probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Listen to me.
Hey.
You can't sit up here and tell me. You can't sit up here and look me in the face and tell me Kyrie Irving isn't one of the most skilled players in the past 50, 75 years in the NBA.
I'm taking Russ and SGA over Kyrie. Like, I don't care what you're saying. Russ and average.
Okay, look, Shea don't play no defense either. But if we talking about going to go get a bucket, who do you trust more to get you a bucket?
But see, I haven't seen Kyrie.
You're not answering the question.
I trust Shea. Shea is 6'7". He can get to that mid range much easier. It's an easier bucket for him to get.
Your life on the line. You going with Shea over Kyrie?
Yeah, give me SGA, baby. The way that he played last season, I want that guy to be the guy. I don't care. I told you years ago, Kyrie became my new favorite guy. But after seeing what SGA did this last season, I'm like, I believe. I'm a believer.
You must have forgot about Kyrie, man.
He better show me something. He better show me something.
He's a true elite 3-level scorer.
Find me
somebody under 6'3" that's able to do what he's able to do. The dude can score with either hand, bro.
Of course. I'm not saying that he's not incredible. I'm just saying that I'm taking Russ' downhill ability to get to the rim at his peak with his rebounding and assists, the triple-double. I'm taking that.
Game on the line. Who you trusting, Russ or Kyrie?
Oh, of course, I'm gonna take Kyrie on that. But this is talking about
all right. So
as a player.
Boom. So let's move on. Okay, boom. You're taking Kyrie, and you're sitting up here telling me game on the line. You're going SGA.
I'm going SGA after
Ladies
this season.
And gentlemen, I want you to go right now and let us know in the comments
who y'all got.
Your game on the line, your life on the line. Are you going SGA or Kyrie Irving? Let us know.
Hey, Kyrie made that one big shot, and he saved a lot of LeBron stands' lives. But I am going him. Ben, cut it out with I got Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan used to miss free throws. You know, I don't want to hear none of that. He got flaws. I don't want to hear about guys with flaws. But we can talk hoops all day. We had to talk this top 25 list because we just feel it's getting ridiculous with the Kobe hate. But it is what it is. He dealt with it his entire career. When he was the best player, everybody wanted to speak of LeBron because they just didn't want him to be that guy. So we used to it. But let's take you away from hoops for now. Let's take it to the gridiron, baby. Preseason has come to an end. Throw out the records. None of that matters. People came out healthy.
Now. It matters now.
It matters now. So, of course, after preseason, got to get down. Like this free agency tracker, guys are getting released. They got to get down to their 53. You haven't really heard too much from the Rams and Chargers. I know last year's 5th-round pick who led the team in sacks in the preseason, Brandon Jackson, he was released by the team for the Rams. On the Charger side, Brandon Rice, USC fans, if you know that name, he was released by the Los Angeles Chargers. But it seems like we won't hear too much from both of these teams until tomorrow. Elon, what's your thoughts?
You know what? I think those who have been released, I didn't really think too much. Like in all honesty, I think Jamil Muhammad still being on the roster is surprising. I thought he was going to be one of the first cuts of the Rams because he didn't really do too much to flash. So maybe they're looking to try to like stash him on the practice squad. But I'm not overly surprised. But I think what is going to happen, and I know we're going to transition, as long as the Rams are healthy, bro, as long as the Rams are healthy, they are not just a playoff caliber squad. They are a Super Bowl winning
freezing
squad.
up on me. There you go. Okay.
I said not only are they a playoff contending squad, they're a team capable of winning the Super Bowl. And so as long as Matthew Stafford's back is able to withstand the rigors of a 17 game season, 18 game season, the Rams are gonna beat her. Now the Chargers, I don't know.
No, yeah, and I'm happy to talk about it. Of course, they're gonna get their team numbers down by tomorrow. That's the deadline for all teams in the NFL. But let's talk about what we believe we're gonna see from these teams. Kind of give a prediction where we can see them ending up by season end. And of course, we've been talking about, if you've been tapping in with the Misfits, we love the Rams. We know that they have a defense that can go. We expect them to look a lot like the defense you saw to end the season, which helped lead them nearly to a Super Bowl appearance. So I expect for that defense to be lights out, but I expect the offense to be really, really good. But like you said, it comes down to Matthew Stafford. But you got some good news. Sean McVay said, hey, Matthew Stafford is going to be ready to go week 1 at home against the Texans. So that is a positive, because he really didn't give you too much in training camp because of the injury, but he has to go. My biggest fear is, let me hear it.
I'm gonna tell you what I saw when I was out there. Matthew Stafford looks like Matthew Stafford.
Oh, okay.
It's not. I know there's a lot of concern about his back. Matthew Stafford looks like Matthew Stafford. He's not sitting up there holding anything back. I didn't see him wincing on a single throw. He's making every single throw. He's he's manipulating the pocket and letting it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This team, again, as long as Matthew Stafford is healthy, has a chance of winning the Super Bowl. The Rams are going to have a top 5 defense. I want to say over the course of the last 8-9 weeks in the NFL, the Rams had a top 5 defense. This defense only got better with the additions of Poona Ford. When you look at Dolak, when you look at Omar Speights, when you look at Paul, this team is significantly better on the defensive end. It all hinges upon who's under center. And if Matthew Stafford is healthy, I'm telling you right now, they have enough to go beat the Eagles, because you now have to contend with Puka and Devontae Adams, you know what I'm saying, on the outside. Then they got Terrence Ferguson, who's running like a young George Kittle, you know what I'm saying, catching balls over the shoulder. You got Tutu Atwell.
Kittle.
Yeah, the best tight end in the league.
Brock Bowers. But he's looking very, very Tony Gonzalez like with the way he's playing. You got it.
He's looking like a young Gronk, young Kelsey.
But I just really, I like this team. It's just Stafford has to be up. The O-line has to be great and do their thing. Shout out to our guy $7,000 for tapping in with us. Welcome to checking out your favorite Misfits here, the Misfits Show. And he's like, hey, Rams Chargers Super Bowl. Is there a possibility? I think the Rams has a really good chance to get there with that defense, with Stafford and the weapons he has on that end. The Chargers, I just don't see it, man. Like, I like Coach Harbaugh. I like Justin Herbert. They just don't have enough weapons on the outside. Like, they didn't add enough. I know Keenan Allen is back, but I think teams are going to try to do a little bit more to take away Ladd. They got a year of tape on him. He's still going to be productive, but it's going to be a little harder. I like Amarion Hampton in the backfield with Najee Harris, but you lose Slater. That's a big loss there at that left tackle spot. So how is the line? Is it going to be as dominant as everybody expected it to be? But without having those weapons on the outside, and I've been saying it, I need to learn more about these corners, because I don't know if the pass rush is going to be crazy. I know it's going to be solid with Thule and Khalil Mack, but I don't know if it's going to be great. So I'm not sure about their corners. And then they play in the AFC West, where those big bad bullies in the Midwest, the Kansas City Chiefs, continues to reign there. If you saw them this last preseason game, the offense looks like they're going to be bringing the long ball back. And then the Denver Broncos could be a team that can be there at the very end with Bo Nix at quarterback, Cortland Sutton at receiver, and that defense might be, you talk about the Rams might be top 5. The Broncos might have the top defense in the league. Yeah. So it's going to be so tough for the Chargers, man, because they just got so much in front. The AFC is stacked. The reason why I think the Rams got a great chance in the NFC, because other than the Eagles, it's kind of like a toss-up. Like
in the Lions.
Yeah, in the Lions, if they're healthy, and I expect them to be. But it's like it's Eagles, Lions, Rams. That's who you look. If any of those teams make the Super Bowl, you're not going to be surprised. With the AFC is so stacked for the Chargers to try to jump.
The commies?
Huh? The Cowboys?
The commies? No, commies.
Oh, not the Commanders. I just think sophomore slump is going to hit Jaden Daniels a little bit to where it's going to affect them. But the AFC is just way too stacked, and I just don't see the Chargers making that jump. They messed up. They should at least went out and got them a tight end. They should at least they needed Devontae Adams to be with Lad McConkey, and they didn't make that happen. So that's why I don't see the Chargers making the Super Bowl. Sorry, $7,000. I apologize for it, but yeah.
As long as Coach Harbaugh is on the sideline, they're going to the playoffs. Now, when they get into the playoffs, it's a matter of which Justin Herbert is going to show up. I don't think they've done enough to get him, weapons to throw the ball to. But if they rely on the running game and play field position football, they'll be in contention. Listen, I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs are at best a wild card team. The team to beat in the AFC West is going to be the Denver Broncos.
Stay off the tree. What Stephen A. be saying?
Hey,
you got to stay off of Elam. But you said which Justin Herbert? I only know one Justin Herbert, the one that comes up short when it comes to the playoffs. And that's their biggest issue, especially when he don't have these great guys getting open for him. When they played the Texans last year, Lad went crazy in that game, but nobody else could really step up. So it led to, interceptions and bad play from the quarterback there for the Chargers. So I expect the defense to be good. I expect them to run the ball well, but I just don't know if I trust Herbert and the weapons outside to beat a Buffalo, to beat the Ravens, to beat, possibly the Bengals if they have a bounce back year, to beat the Chiefs, to beat Denver, and the most likely if you don't win the division, you got to go on a roll. So you might have to go to the code and deal with a team. And Justin Herbert, he's T-Mac. That's who he is. He's T-Mac. He can go crazy in the regular season. Numbers look great. Highlight tape look amazing. But when the playoffs come, he looks like a scrub, and that hurts them year in, year out. Now, Peyton Manning actually figured out a little. Peyton Manning will get to the AFC Championship. He just had to deal with Bill Belichick's defense in the snow, and it was nothing he can really do until he finally got over the hump. But for Herbert, it's like he can play in a dome. He can play outside. He can play in his backyard, and he's still going to find a way to struggle in the playoffs. So I don't trust it. But I do think that both LA teams most likely will be there in that final 14. And from there, we'll see what happens. But it's gonna be great. Elam football is here, baby. What you think about your Niners, man?
I'm looking forward to covering playoff football in the city.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Playoff sports, period. Is something that you have to look forward to in the city because it's LA. People gonna show up when you're winning. And the perfect example of that is the Los Angeles Sparks. People are starting to show up and show out. You're seeing the celebs coming out. Like you're hitting the top bowl, which they really don't usually sell that much. But because there's a slight buzz when it comes to this team, people are there and they are loving it. We saw a classic last time we were in the building. We saw Paige Beckers go for 40, right? Looking
44.
Like shooting, huh?
44.
44, shooting 80%. She was in her bag, but it wasn't enough because Kelsey Plum
purse.
got that ball last.
Does she have a purse?
Huh?
Was she in her purse or was she in her bag?
It's a Gucci bag probably. So
Okay.
it's a Gucci bag. But Kelsey Plum was like, man, we don't hear none of that. Final possession, gets the ball, buzzer beater bucket for the win. Now the Sparks sit half a game out of the 8 seed, and they're right there. Like the Fever are dropping down to them. Seattle is taking L's. Like the Sparks have a big opportunity with these last 9 games, 5 of them being at home. They play the Storm soon. They played the Mystics, who's under them. They play the Fever as well. So they got a big opportunity, but it starts tomorrow when they face off against the Phoenix Mercury, who sits as the 4th seed right now if the WNBA playoffs start today. Elam, what's the excitement level? Because you've been in the building. You've been seeing this crowd and the turnout, and now there's an opportunity, but the team have to make it happen. What's your thoughts, man?
They control their own destiny. I know you and DJ Tracy Tree. Shout out to DJ, who's a friend of the program. I know you guys are watching the standings. I keep telling you, all they had to win over the last 11, 12 games was seven games. If they are able to win 7, they'll be able to get into the playoffs. This is going to be a huge test, and I don't think the Sparks are going to emerge victorious. I think they're going to drop this game at home. Reason being, Satu Sabali is going to be playing with Elisa Thompson. So that's a combination I don't think the Sparks have an answer for. And AT is a bully out there. She out there looking like Elam, on the board. She dictating where the opposition goes. Like, look, we can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way. The choice is yours. So I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think the Sparks, they don't have enough on defense yet. They're not tapped in and dialed in on the defensive end. But this is going to be an offensive shootout right here.
No, it's going to be I think it's going to be a really tight game. The Sparks like to play these really close games, but they've been finding ways to figure them out. Earlier in the season, they was playing in them, they was losing. But now they're doing it. There are 2 games this year versus Phoenix. They lost 85-80 and 89-86. So really close games. And this is when they were struggling. I think they might come out and find a way to pull off this upset right here because Phoenix hasn't been playing as well as they were at one point of the season where it looked like, hey, it's going to be Phoenix versus possibly Minnesota. They kind of been having their struggles, and the Sparks had 5 days off. Their last game was on the 20th. They've been able to really rest up and try to get themselves right. I think that they can come out. Like you said, they're going to have to play some defense, but that offense has to be rolling. That fearsome foursome, Rakia Jackson, Kelsey Plum, Azrae Stevens, emergency contact, De'Erica Hamby is going to have to make sure they carry the load offensively. And hopefully the break like this can help the one and only Cameron Brink. It's more time they were able to practice. She was able to get some rest, maybe continue to work on some of her offensive games because whenever she can knock down that 3 ball, get some easy buckets at the rim, it takes the team to another level because now you can play her a little longer and instantly when she touches the floor, defensively, they become a different team. So I think they might have a chance to steal this one, Elam, because, man, Rakia is in her bag. I think that Kelsey Plum is going to be feeling herself coming off this buzzer beater. And it was on ESPN, all over the socials. Everybody was posting it. It was just a hell of a moment, and I think the team is truly feeding off of that.
You know what? I think this game is going to hinge upon the emergency contact, De'Erica Hamby. Now, when De'Erica has gone against Asia Wilson, it hasn't boded, extremely well for the Sparks. Now you got real life Debo coming in AT. I think De'Erica is gonna have she's gonna have her hands full. I'm not gonna say she's gonna have a hard time. She's gonna have her hands full trying to keep AT off the boards and doing what she wants to do because AT has no problem with getting physical. like
Mm-hmm.
at all. However physical you want to get, AT willing to go there.
She made for it.
Yeah, she's built for it. And like I said, Satu, you know, what she's able to do with the ball as a big, I think is amazing. I have been screaming before the season began that I thought Satu Sabali was a top 5 player in the W. I stand on that. I just think it's going to be a great game. Now, De'Erica and Azare, Cam, they got to show up. Those bigs, they have to show up. Rakia, she's going to have to lock in. If Rakia start talking trash like in the first quarter, Sparks gonna win handily. She has to. Different person. She's truly a different person. When she start chirping and talking trash, she locks in on defense, and her game exponentially gets better. So, you know, pre-game, I'm gonna tell her like, "Hey, Rakia, I need you to lock in and start talking."
Hey, villain era. She got to be in her villain era. She got the red hair, you know, that she put in like Poison Ivy. She got to be in her villain era and ready to attack, because I've said it. She's the X factor. The team is 8-0, I believe, when she scores 20 GTA, points or more. GTA.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto for sure. But the team is 8-0. When Rakia scores 20 or more, they haven't lost. So if she can go and get her buckets, because she sets the tone early. Like last game, they started off down 9-0. She was the one who helped get them to the place that they needed to be, so that they didn't get blown out. You know what I'm saying? Like she scored 17 in the first half, finished with 25. So she has to come out and set the tone early, because we know I've been on KP head a little bit about it, but I guess that's just the plan. Like KP comes out a little slower, getting people involved and stuff like that. And that's up to Rakia to carry that load offensively until KP starts to show up and do what she do. But it's going to be another hell of a game, and I cannot wait to see it. If you free, the Sparks, like I said, they have 5 home games. They got to pull up. They play on the 29th versus Indiana. Let's see if Caitlin Carr comes back. They play the 31st. Then they play the 7th, the rematch with Paige Beckers, which is going to be crazy. And then Thursday, 9/11, they play against the Las Vegas Aces to finish the season. So if you live in LA, come pull out. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. And lucky you, if you let us know you there, you can meet your favorite Misfits, baby. You can come and tap in with us. Maybe we'll take a picture, take pictures with babies.
Might get you something from the concession stand.
That maybe part, yeah, we'll show you some love. So pull up, come meet your favorite Misfits at a Los Angeles Sparks game before the season is up. But it's huge, man. They got 9 games left. I say that they have to go 6-3. Ben, you don't need no beer, man. After these takes you have, clearly you're drinking too much. Talking about some Tim Duncan over COVID. Get out of here. It's nonsense. It's been a hell of a WNBA season, Elam, and it's not done yet. So tap in. The numbers are going up. The ladies are screaming for more money. We're gonna see what's gonna happen here to finish up. But that's everything LA. I don't know if you got anything LA you want to tap into. But let's move forward with it, Elam, to get through some things around the sports world, right? Lee Corso, man, what's your thought? It's his final game Saturday, Texas at Ohio State. The dude is a legend, man.
I'm like, dog, I don't know what College Game Day looks like without Lee Corso, because that was the finishing touch on every episode. You know what I'm saying? He makes his pick. He dons the mascot head. You know, he made being eccentric cool. Like he's the football equivalent of like Dick Vitale to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Dickie V had me tuned into basketball, and Lee Corso, man, like I don't like what do I show my kids? You know what I'm saying? Like Lee Corso Lee Corso was always supposed to be there, man. So
man,
I don't know if it's gonna be like Pat McAfee that replaces him. I think Pat has a lot of energy, but he's not Lee Corso.
Nobody's Lee from TV to the video game. You hear Lee Corso, it made it feel different. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, putting on the mascot, head and doing it against the home team. Like he didn't care, man. So it's gonna be tough. Like seeing him, Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit was like a part of watching college football. So this is almost feels like when we were younger, Elam, and Chick Hearns passed away and he was away from the microphone. It was a huge adjustment because it's like, yo, like what is going on? But man, what a game he's going to be at for his final appearance. That Texas Ohio State game is going to be crazy.
Who you picking?
I'm going Archie Manning. The Archie Manning show begins with the Texas Longhorns. Oh, not so fast, huh? Horns down.
Ohio State, man. They're coming out. Buckeyes. I got to go with the Big Ten, man. Both of my schools, they're in the Big Ten, so I got to go with the Big Ten. The Ohio State, the national champions, they're going to continue their reign and their march towards a second NCAA title, man. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and shout out. It's gonna be huge. College football, a lot of big games coming up on Saturday. I hope you ready. Mahomes Jr. Huh?
What you doing on Saturday?
Man, I might be at this Coliseum, man. I think I might be there to check the Trojans open things up because they got a matchup against Missouri State. So one of those cupcake games, you just want to see what the offense is going to look like. Are we going to see anything that looks like a team that has a chance to make some noise? So I want to be there alongside my guy, Eric Lambkins, who is going to be with me to see if SC has anything. And then, of course, at 8 p.m., a hell of a late game, UCLA, Utah. That's going to be a lot of fun there. New quarterback for UCLA. He's going to get it cracking. So this is some good football, man. I can't wait. College football is here, baby. Let's get it. What is another 75 season incoming for the Trojans, or what they saying in the chat?
7-5 is gonna get Lincoln Riley canned. Forget the tarmac. He's gonna get let go in the locker room. They might just throw him in the trash can. I don't think Lincoln Riley is gonna make it this season, dude. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think a lot of the stock that he had coming into USC, I think the shine, the luster is wore off.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln Riley very well may be getting fired by midseason.
Yeah, it's gonna he's gonna need to win like at least 9 games, and he gotta have some big upset wins, like beating a team. I don't know. Yeah, if you beat some of them team, it's gonna have people like, oh snaps, like okay, they're just to bring that spark, that feeling back that people had when it was like, oh, Lincoln Riley coming, Caleb Williams is coming for the squad. Like, let's get it. But if that don't happen, even if they go 8-4 and they lose all of the 4 games or to some of the bigger teams, it's still going to be like, man, what does this really mean? But we're going to see. We're going to be in the building to see the start of this chapter against Missouri State. So it's going to be fun to see. But Elam, something that really irked me. You know how I feel about combat sports, right? I'm especially boxing, boxing purist. Shout out to my partner.
UCLA love?
No, UCLA. We talk UCLA. They got Utah. It's gonna be a big time game.
UCLA are slim to none. So
yeah, slim to none. It's the same thing. I really don't expect. Coach Foster is a stopgap court coach, and I just believe I hate it, but it is what it is. But man, Rampage Jackson, man. Like his son is under investigation. I'm pretty sure you saw the videos. Rajah Jackson, it was all on a mistake. The guy was like, yo, let me see, I'm gonna hit you with this prop can. And like, oh, he apologized to him. I saw all the videos and I'm just like, okay. Then to get the videos of him going in the ring, slamming him and knocking him out, which that could have just been like, oops, I made a mistake. But then throwing the punches the way he did, almost killing this man. The man needs to throw him in jail, throw away the key. It was just a crazy and tough thing to see. Huh?
Yeah, I said you throwing away the key?
Man, you ain't keeping him there forever, but throw away the key for a minute, bro. That's damn near attempted murder. He was slugging that dude, man.
I can't justify it at all. Like and you know me, man. I'm always trying to include nuance.
Yeah.
I have seen several videos where the dude apologized. He was just like, man, he's not selling. You know, when he hit him with the can, he was like, man, he's not selling. So like
Yeah.
Raja didn't have any reaction. And you know, he was just like, hey, my bad, my bad. And it was crazy because there was another wrestler that was like, hey, when you get out there, you'll be able to do something. It was like he was putting a battery in his back. And you know, Rampage, he even said it. He was like, man, I thought it was part of the show. He picks the dude up, body slams him, dude goes unconscious, and he gives him that GSP John Jones Mighty Mouse special. You know what I'm saying? Gave him that ground and pound, was out there looking like Chuck Liddell, John Fitch. I was just like, yo, bro, you out there kind of looking like Elam. You know what I'm saying? In the street fight, bro.
And
it was
you
bad.
just don't want to see it, man. Yeah. You
It
don't
was bad.
you don't want to see it. Whether he knew it or not, it's just a tough thing. Prayers out to the wrestler that was attacked. But hopefully justice is served, and Raja Jackson gets what he deserves, because that's crazy. And then it's just another thing to show you, if you don't belong in the ring, you don't belong in the ring. So I'm just not a fan of it. But speaking about not belonging in the ring, Elam, we got to talk about something, because with combat sports, I truly respect it, right? And you want to see the best of the best fight, especially when guys are in their prime. And once I got this announcement that Jake Paul was going to be fighting Gervonta Tank Davis November 14th, in this exhibition fight, I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? And some people like it, it's going to be on Netflix and things like that, but I am not a fan of it. Elam, what's your thoughts of this whole setup? Jake Paul, Tank Davis, exhibition fight on Netflix. What do you feel about it before I go all the way ham on the situation?
You know what? I think this is a farce. It's a money grab by both. I think one of these two can get really, really hurt, and I don't think it's going to be Tank. I don't anticipate Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying, going. I think it'll probably go like 5 rounds. It'll be like a 5-round exhibition. Jake Paul he has size. He's going to have weight.
A huge advantage.
You're talking about a real deal fighter in Gervonta Davis. Gervonta is all he's got to do is connect with a handful. He's going to mix them. I think it'll be a lot closer just because of the size, and weight difference. Jake Paul's going to, clinch. He's going to muddy it up. He's going to brawl. But Gervonta is going to knock this dude's block off, man.
Man, I'm hoping he does, because I'm tired of seeing Jake Paul in the ring. And I know he might try to sue us here at the Misfits, just to let you and Ben know, but he's not a real boxer. And I know he doesn't want to hear it, but if you are a real boxer, go through the ways of a boxer. Go fight these amateur guys, fight these guys on the come up that's trying to make it like you are, and then earn you a chance to get you a shot in the fight. You sitting and fighting in an exhibition fight doesn't count towards anybody's record. Davis can come out here and just fall down to a bogus shot. He's going to get paid. It does nothing to his record at all. He's not going to do it, but I'm just not a fan of these fights. Like, I would prefer Tank Davis to be fighting against Boots in a rematch, or some other name, Shakur Stevenson. If he's ready for that bout. Like, I love boxing, man. Like, been loving it since I was younger. And to see it kind of get disrespected, I think it kind of takes away from the aura of boxing. It's already losing some aura because guys are picking fights, the way that UFC has grown and things like that. But to see the mockery of this, well, it's different when you fighting a Mayweather, when he's much older, his career is done, and it's like, okay, he's just having a little fun. When you're fighting a guy that's still in his prime and he's taking time out to do this fight clearly just for the bag, I just think that it makes boxing look bad. And having Jake Paul around makes it look like Ryan Garcia said, it makes it look like the WWE. Like there's no difference when you're having this, and it's just not great for the sport of boxing that's trying to find its way and make people want to watch it more than they do the UFC. But I just think it's a bad look. Am I gonna watch it? Yeah, of course. I got Netflix. It's free. I'm a fan of Tank Davis, and of course, I just want to see Jake Paul get his head knocked off. But I can't wait until
you hate watching.
Yeah, hate watching. But I'm gonna be super excited in September when I get to watch Canelo versus Crawford, a real boxing fight, and that's what I will be willing to throw money for. That's what I'm actually probably try to have a fight night party to do that. But the Jake Paul thing is just a mockery of the sport. They got Ali, Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, all these dudes rolling in their graves with what they doing with the sport of boxing, man.
Yeah, man. Roy Jones Jr. is rolling in his grave, man. Mike Tyson, right. You know what I'm saying? He'd hate this, man. He'd hate this. If he were still alive today, he'd hate this.
Who, Mike Tyson?
I know, man. He's still alive. I know.
No, yeah, but he did it, but it makes sense with him doing the exhibition fight. He's old as hell, but a prime fighter doing it. And then the fact that Jake Paul is really boasting about his boxing skills and his career and saying, next, I want a title fight against Canelo. It's like, bro, go and fight these other boxers, man. You're not a real boxer. Get it together. So, man, it's going to be crazy. I know people are going to be talking about it, but we're going to have a lot to talk about this coming weekend. So make sure you continue to tap in with us here with the Misfits Live every week. Like I said, you don't know when we going to drop. We like your favorite artists. We just, boom, we drop and it's fire. Shout out to those who stayed up with us tonight, whether you tapped in on YouTube through the Misfits Live page, on my X or Lamb's X page. It's much love. And we grinding this week. Couple Sparks games, USC football. It's gonna be some fun time. What's your final words for the people before we get out of here?
Hey, go on and tap in with us. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can find him, Mykell the PG, on TikTok, Instagram, X. I'm your guy, Lamb. Just type in Eric Lambkins. I'm gonna pop up. Some other stuff might pop up, but we'll talk about that on a different date. But we are your Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. Until next week,
hey, that's 5-star E, baby. 5-star E.
One in Kansas City. Peace.
Hey, peace.